Our ocean temperatures have been going up since late 1800s, with a substantial warming taking place over the last 3 decades. But the most recent spike in sea surface temperatures since last year has taken everyone by surprise.
There's a bit of uncertainty in the field about exactly where all that heating is coming from, the interior of the ocean or something early on in the transition to an El Nino. There's a few different theories, but it's shocking the amount of heat that's built up in the surface ocean. Unprecedented.
Data from the University of Maine's Climate Change Institute shows the consistent rise in sea surface temperatures around the world since the 1980s. But the difference between last year and this year is more drastic than any other annual change. Many scientists agree El Nino is partly to blame, a weather system that heats the ocean.
The state of the ocean is warming, and we are currently in a so-called neutral phase of the El Nino oscillation, whereby basically we left the state of the La Nina and we are moving toward a different state.
But many are questioning whether El Nino alone can explain the record jump in surface temperatures when oceans are already acting as a buffer, absorbing nearly 90% of the heat from global warming.
But when we're starting from a baseline where the ocean is already this warm, it is a little frightening to think where we're going to be at this time next year if it follows that natural pattern of heating. It's going to have all kinds of impacts on accelerating global change, melting ice. The water expands when it heats. That means that sea level rise is going to speed up.
And that's also bad news for marine life and people whose livelihoods depend on it.
A large fraction of our population lives off the productivity of our coastal systems, our oceans. And so as these things, as coral reefs, as these things start to crumble, we're seeing more and more people food stressed, job-wise, ecotourism and stuff stressed that people aren't coming to these countries as much because the reefs don't look as pretty and that type of stuff.
Oceans have been our ally in containing the impact of global warming, and their rapid warming could be an indicator for catastrophic consequences of climate change arriving earlier than expected. It is Tianshan, CGTN, Los Angeles.